taking it in the middle, it becomes a bit bad. So I'm thinking that maybe.
My question was, what's your opinion on funding, using public resources to fund students in private universities?
I have,
or rather, even start from placement. Yes. Why do we have to place students in private universities while we have not filled up all the vacancies we have in public universities built on public resources, or reeling in huge debt because they don't have adequate resources since they don't have students? If approved, would you push COOPs to send more students to private or to public universities, irrespective of whether it's just because even the loan element is public resources?
Yes. What I think can be done is to review the policy that is in place, find out how did that policy come to be, because it's ongoing. The one for the new funding model has changed, but the previous one on capitation was a policy that was in place and was going on. So, and then we can do up the math and find out if it's just maybe 2 years that are remaining or 3, but it's not something that I can speak to at the moment. It is something that perhaps that I need to do more research on in order to be able to come to an informed decision.
Yes.
Madam Lesuda's question on how do we determine who is the most vulnerable? The tool that is used is called the means testing instrument that has 8 parameters. We think that those parameters are not comprehensive enough because it does not identify and they are not linked sufficiently to determine what the incomes of those parents are. So what we think is that it needs to be expanded and linked, because what has happened is you would find the rich not feeling the proper figures and the poor, because sometimes of lack of knowledge, they do not put in the right information. So we need to come up with a tool akin to the psychometric test, where you can put so many answers, but at the end, you get the correct result.
Because I'll be more comfortable if you say, if confirmed, I will come up with a tool.
If confirmed. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I'm sorry. If confirmed.
Thank you, Chairman.
Because you are going to give policy direction to the ministry.
Yes, if confirmed.
Yes, so when, okay, yes.
Thank you, Chairman. But I will not talk again, but I wanted to just say to the nominee, if you get this opportunity to serve Kenyans in that docket, because I've listened to you carefully and you keep talking about money. All your solutions seem to be around having a budget. I want to assure you that as a parliament, we are just about to pass a very rationalized budget, where budget cuts are across the whole, all the ministries. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yes, Migosi, I think we'll end there. There are some Kenyans sending in messages. Many you have answered. One says, ensure TVET students get their certificates from their colleges within a month of graduating. The domicile of JSS we have dealt with. Another asks, where will senior secondary school be domiciled? We have dealt with. Workers with disabilities are forced to renew exemption certificates every 5 years when their status does not change. I think that is valid. Another one has said, what are you going to do about mushrooming boarding schools, especially in Kisii, that have no facilities? Another one is asking, what is going to be the fate of P1 teachers after the transition? Last, another one asks, what will you do about the imposition of extravagant uniform expenditure on students by schools? Buy a long-sleeved sweater, a short-sleeved sweater, 2 pairs of shoes, 2 pairs of trousers, so many things when in many family setups, Children use one or pair of clothes until they're exhausted because of lack of money. Now going to school, uniform is costing more than the fees.
And you have to buy from that school.
And then you are obligated to buy from a designated retailer. Those are the cartels we are telling you about. What will you do about that?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the rationalized budget, I agree that it's going to affect a lot of operations, so we will have to look inside and see where to cut inside the operations in areas where maybe it's not a priority so that we can attend to the most important aspects in the ministry. Workers forced to renew every 5 years their certificates. That I think is a question that needs to be taken up with the organization that deals with this, the relevant ministry, so that we can work together and maybe have that particular requirement removed because the person's position does not change. The mushrooming boarding schools, this is a question of the registration requirements. It means there is a weakness there. We'll need to look at the quality assurance to ensure that the registration of the boarding schools meet the requirements of the ministry. P1 teachers, they'll have to be retooled and absorbed into the new program so that they do not, because they are permanent and pensionable.
Let's end there. Let me now ask you a few questions. Do you hold any leadership in any political party?
No, Chairman.
Have you ever been adversely mentioned in any integrity-related report?
No, Chairman.
We received a memorandum. Unfortunately, I'm told it was not sent to you. You can respond to it and send an email to the Secretariat from one David Ogega Ochwangi.
Yes, they actually
You got it?
I got it and I filed a response.
You've responded?
Yes.
Okay.
I've sent it so you could.
The clerk thought you had not received it. You've responded to it?
I rely on that response, yes.
Is it factual?
The response? No, it's not factual. It's I'm not the one who signed those documents. Mm-hmm. And I have documents from the committee confirming that position.
What is your net worth in terms of personal wealth?
I'm worth 790 million.
790 million.
Yes.
Made up in?
It's made up of largely land, and I've got tea, I've got trees, and vehicles, farm equipment, and of course the income from the law firm.
Okay. Thank you, Migos. We have also checked your documents submitted to the Secretariat and compared with what you had sent earlier, and we find them to be in order. You are consequently held. You are released to go.
I want to thank you, Chairman, for this opportunity and honorable members. And I want to also thank the many Kenyans who sent me messages of goodwill. Thank you, and I hope I'll find favor with yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. Yes. Peter 12. Do you want to pass here? Yes. Do you need any health break? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Yes.
Neno, ukimaliza utanisaidia. Oya. Neno. Ile koda inazima. Nikaangalia nikasema hii kama hivi. Weka tu. Nakumbuka nilikuwa nimefanya hivi. Nasema you check the fika. There were two.
Unajua ngapi? Ngai. Ngai barabara iko aje?
Yes. Yeah.
Na wifi sasa tu.
Book kiasi. Ananiita huko.